Everyone, what's up? You've reached the page of Christopher Loki Collins. It is 1:26 p.m. on the 14th of December, sorry, 2011.
You know where you are?
Yes, I do. Anyways, on a serious note, sorry about that. I know that I just did a video not too long ago that had to do with my own personal experience with bullying, which did take a lot to share with you guys, but I'm glad I did. Just saying. Um, But right now, I just really kind of want to broach on this whole pro-bullying law thing that seems to be going on in Michigan. Which, I'm sorry, but I think it's fucking ridiculous. Just plain and simple. It's fucking ridiculous. There is no reason to justify the bullying that goes on nowadays, or even that's always been going on, really. And there's a lot of kids today that are losing their lives because of it. And I'm so tired of hearing people be like, "Oh, well, shit happens." Da 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 da. Once you've been in that position, you have a better understanding of the true nature of the evilness behind it. Like I said, walking, proof. I survived it. Yes, it still happened, though, and it was fucked up, and it had a big toll on my life, and it still does. Um. So yeah. So I was on YouTube, obviously, earlier, just looking at different videos, and I came across one that had to do with this pro-bullying law that it's either passed or they're trying to pass it, that justifies bullying as long as you have a religious and moral reason behind it. Now, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that. I honestly think that that kind of thinking is why it's so hard for things to change. Because if we're constantly sitting there going, "Oh, it's okay, to bully somebody, especially, if it's within religious bounds or your moral bounds." I'm sorry, but I think that sometimes some people take religion to the utmost extreme. And I'm not a Christian. I mean, I was born one, but I'm a spiritual person. I went to church a little bit when I was younger. And my personal opinion is that everything has been taken completely out of proportion. Or I should say two extremes. I'm sorry. Two extremes. I remember being younger and going to church, and I remember all the different quotes that came out of it. And for people who sit there and worship God, they sure have a funny way of showing it, because if you read the Bible, one of the many commandments has everything to do with killing and loving thy fellow man. And what was it? Oh yeah, and if we're all made in God's image. And I'm sorry, but if we are, if that's really what you believe, then why do you take it and use it against others that you don't, whose lifestyles you don't agree with? Obviously, I don't know what version of the Bible your ass is reading, but it wasn't the same mine was. There is no reason. I don't think, if, from a religious aspect, I guess, I don't think that God is really sitting up there pointing his finger and going, no, because you're gay, or you're trans, or you're bi, or you're Wiccan, God's gonna fucking smite you. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. Especially because if the Bible says we're all built in God's image, then we're all built in God's image. If you want to believe the Bible, at least fucking believe it the right way, and stop using it as a fucking tool to make everyone else's life miserable. I'm sorry, this is just a really heated issue for me, and I think a lot of it is because I've gone through it. But I also give a shit. I care about other people. Even if I don't know you, I still care about you, because
you fucking rock.
As my fiance would say, yes. And you're setting us back. Seriously, get your heads out of your asses and realize that all you're doing is justifying violence. Because when it comes to bullying, it starts with names, it starts with words, but this result is always the same.
Would God really approve of you being mean to someone else? Hello.
Yeah, my fiance likes to chime in every once in a while, so, and I think it's great because I like to hear what she has to say. But I lost where I was.
Sorry.
It's all right.
My fault.
There you go. It always results in the same. It always hurts that person. It always pushes them to believing that they're not good enough. And if they're not good enough by your fucking standards, then they might as well not even exist. And I'm sorry, you know, some of you who are over there in Michigan and voting to pass this law that says it's okay to bully as long as it's in the name of God, for example, I really think you guys need to really take a step back, because it could be your kids. One day your kid could go to school and be constantly bullied, and somebody could be like, well, I've got a religious reason behind it. And then when your kid ends up, worst case scenario, killing themselves because they can't go to you, then whose ass are you going to blame then? Because you can't blame God. God didn't force you to be an asshole. If you're going to be, you know, you've just got to think about it from those circumstances. You can't just go, if it's somebody else's kid, you know, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay for that person to be pushed to the extremes where they kill themselves or hurt others. But if it's my kid, you know, then I have an issue. No, you can't have it both ways. If you're going to give a rat's ass about our generation, our future generation, and the generation now, then you got to care about all of them. All you have done is, by passing a law like this, is given them a smoking gun. And if you're going to pass a law that says, hey, it's okay to bully somebody as long as it's under religious guidelines, then you might as well hand them a fucking gun and say, you know what, murder's okay as long as you do it in the name of God. So there you go. There goes your whole fucking legal system is completely ass backwards. And I'm not attacking everybody in Michigan. I'm just talking about the narrow-minded assholes that just don't fucking get it. They don't think. I'm sorry. Or anywhere, exactly. Anywhere that would pass a law that says that's okay, you all need to fucking take a step back and realize all you are doing is making things worse. You're not making it better. You're making it worse. Being there and helping those kids who are being bullied and getting them the help that they need, or going to their school and just being like, look, dude, you know, talking to the principal, like, look, I'm fucking tired of my child coming home upset on a daily basis, depressed on a daily basis because he or she is getting bullied while every time he or she comes to school. Now keep in mind that bullying is a wide spectrum of things. It's not just, you know, gay, lesbian, trans. You know, you gotta look, I mean, there's even bullying, you know, when it comes to race. There's bullying when it just comes to gender in general. Bullying does not just consist of the things that you want it to. It's a big picture. And there's a broader picture to this. And I'm sorry if there's anybody who sees this video and feels offended. I'm just stating, you know, how I feel. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that would agree with me. They'd probably just do it in nicer terms, but this shit's just got me pissed off, so I needed to rant. It's just, I don't know, it's sad. I think it's, you know, what is this world coming to when people try to justify hurtful actions? You know, if you're going to justify one action, you might as well justify all the other ones that hurt people too. And if you want to do that, that's your fucking issue. But trust me, there are states in this fucking country that I will stay away from. And Michigan, you're one of them. Because I am not going to sit there and try to step into a state and support a state that can't get their heads out their butts and realize what they're fucking doing. To those in Michigan who are against this law and against this bill, more power to you. You know, I'm behind you 100%. Keep fighting it, because who knows, maybe the longer and the more you fight it, the better chance we have. You know, I'm sorry, I kind of just, like to put that out there because I don't want it to be like, I don't want people who may be from Michigan watching this to feel like I'm just personally attacking everybody in Michigan, because I'm not. I'm talking to those people who really think that passing this bill is okay. Not to mention, I left out the most twisted, fucked up part about this, is that the bill is under the name of somebody who committed suicide from being constantly bullied, to the point where he really did believe that being here, that he didn't need to be on, there was no reason that he should exist. And I am sorry to that family who lost him, and I'm sure that this bill, I guess you could say, pisses you off as much as it does me. And I don't even know you guys, but I just want to send that family some love, because I can only imagine how difficult of a situation this is for them. Uh, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have on that. Just basically be the change you want to see in the world is like one of the best quotes. It's time for things to change. It's time to make a difference. And it's about fucking time that people stop using God as a way to justify the things that they do. Because I'm sorry, my biological mom is a Christian. And even though I'm not Christian, I strongly agree with, how she feels. I strongly agree that, this is not what God would want. I highly doubt he would want all of us just killing each other, not to mention all the other bad stuff that I'm not about to list right now. And, killing ourselves because other people make us feel like shit. I really doubt he would want that. I'm sorry. I'm just being straightforward. As just a spiritual person in general, I want to say that I love everyone without question and without judgment. But given this situation, I can't say that. I'm sorry. I just can't. All I can do is hope that things really will get better as a whole, not just in everyone's individual lives, but as a whole community. So fight the good fight, help us make a change for our future generations, and hopefully, we could teach the generation right now to do the same. That way, when we're long gone and buried or whatever, we at least know that we have taught our children to teach their children to be better people and to make a better change in life, because honestly, we can't do it by ourselves, and change is inevitable. And all I can hope is that when I have kids, or we have kids, I'm sorry, when we have kids, that our kids will grow up to make a difference as well. Given the fact that they'd have some pretty kick-ass parents that they could come and talk to, I don't see that being a problem. But who knows? Life is life. With that said, I hope you all enjoy this video. I tried to talk slower and I tried to enunciate. Problem is that when I get heated, that is a little impossible. So, like I said, I'm sorry if you couldn't completely understand everything that was said in this video. If need be, I'll redo it if I have any complaints about it. So, alright. Well, I think I've said all I gotta say, and I'm out. Peace.